What's going on everyone, Lockie from Outback Tourer. This is a walkthrough of our 270 plus awning with the DZIP and without the DZIP. Same awning, one has a DZIP, one doesn't, same price. This is not the install video, so if you're standing there watching this holding an impact wrench about to send all the bolts into next Christmas, put it down and go below. That install video is below. When we go through how to put the awning on the car, what's included, the brackets, everything like that, that is the other video below. So watch this if you want the walkthrough. So we'll get into it. Now, second video on this one, we've had a couple changes so far. We've revised the design. The old design is killer, it's awesome, but we've just tweaked it every now and then. It was a bit of a soft launch. We didn't advertise that we've made all these changes, but you know us, we're always tinkering with the design, moving things forward and trying to get a better product for the market, essentially. Now, straight off the bat, the awning is about 50 mil thinner. So the old awning, if you've ever seen it, was a bit, bit girthy, but we've trimmed it right down. It's gone on a diet. So we've kept some width out of it, but we've made it stronger and lighter. Now that might sound confusing, but once we open it up, I'll show you just how we've achieved that. Opening it, first things first, we've put these new little fancy pull tags on it. So if you've got a high vehicle like this, it does actually make it a bit easier to unzip it. Otherwise they do just look really nice. And I think just finishing touches, little things like that, just really set the product off. YKK zips on the bag, it's nothing but the best. Open that up. Now, this is quite a high vehicle, so bear with me. We want to flip that bag over the top, which I'm going to struggle to do, but I might have to jump up here and get it. There we go. So flip that over, our straps come out that we've already got connected to the awning. You can't lose these bad boys because we've actually fixed them to the awning, so that's good. Those ones with the ratchets on them, they get all sand in the mechs and then they're just a bit of a nightmare. So having the Fasty strap means it's replaceable, easy, and works well. Velcro straps on here. These are made out of the same stuff that you make seat belts out of. So the shear strength on those is absolutely crazy. Probably over-engineered, but that's how we like to do things around here. The three of those, that opens the awning. And then we're going to set this back section up first. So, as you've seen with all the content we've done, this is the part where you walk it around, so you get to have your little moment here where you pull it around and it looks awesome, cool shot. And then this part here, depending on how wide your strap is, we're going to clip it back to the rooftop tent shower bracket over here. That's just the spot where we like to do it. We could go back to a roof rack or something like that. And then using our strap, pull this back to 90 degrees. Cool, that's tight enough. You want to put a little bit of effort into it. You don't want to not put enough and then you'll get it, sag through the awning. So get a bit of strength on it. Now the front one here, same deal. This comes out from underneath. Oh, we've tied this up in here. That's all right, let me get that out. Cool. Okay, this one comes out from underneath. Now what we want to do with this one, we would prefer it, and we believe it is the better job, if this goes back to a roof rack rather than a bull bar. When you pull back to the bull bar, we're going to put pressure down on the awning. Now, as a last resort, if you don't have a roof rack or a tent, it's fine, like it's going to be all good, but the better job is to pull this back on a level plane. And so if you've got like an eyelet or something, like we do on this roof rack up here, this is how we would prefer it to be done. So pull it back on a level plane. We could have attached that to the rooftop if we had to, or something else like that. And that'll just make sure we pull the awning back parallel and symmetrical, and it's going to sit really flat. So I'll jump on the other side, pull that flat, and then we'll go underneath the awning and talk about everything else. Underneath the awning, there's a fair bit to talk about under here. So first things first, the canvas we've used. This is a ripstop canvas that we've been using on our tents for around 5 years now. This is, in our opinion, the best canvas you can use for this application. It is thick, it has ripstop squares, and you shouldn't really be buying an awning or something that doesn't have that in it, because if you do get a tear one day, you want to make sure that it's going to last, you can patch it, and it's not going to continue to rip. If it did have a rip or something, you know, had a fire next to it, it does happen. It can all be replaced anyway. It's very easy. It's all on the sale track. Another thing to note, we've got Velcro on each edge, so we can do a full wall kit for this entire awning, or you can do individual sides. That'll be a separate video, but just know that in the accessories on the page, you can do the full wall kit or single sides. We've got 3 legs. These are included inside the awning. They open up to about 2.45 meters. They're just on a twist lock system like that. Now, if you're in heavy wind, we would always recommend roping the awning down because you don't want to get uplift. It'll be a very expensive weekend if you do happen to wreck your car, if wind gets under it, so we provide all the ropes available. Legs, they're really good if you add like a wall kit, for example. You've got approximately 25 kilos of canvas hanging off the awning, so it's good to put a couple legs down. These legs, they're not riveted to our arms. Our arms use an extrusion. The other way to do it is if you rivet it to the arm, then you can't really move the legs around. Because we're on an extrusion, you can grab these legs and move them wherever you want and just move this Velcro section. The lights on the awning, we've got 6 lights. So the old awning had 4 lights, so we didn't have this back one here. We added an extra light because people with wagons, they want to be able to cook under here, and then it works well for tailgate setups. And also another one at the front if you're trying to get stuff out of the car at night. The lights, they are on a split cable, so you've got 4 connections coming out of one cable, which keeps it handy, and on the other side you've got 2 coming out of one side. But these all plug in individually. We don't hardwire these light cables through our awning because if you imagine something ever happened and you've got your lights all hardwired through your awning, you will need an auto electrician to fix it. If you ever break a light cable, lose it, it gets pinched or anything, this can be sent out to you, replaced in about 2 seconds. The lights go orange, like amber, and they also go a cool white as well. We don't have full white because it's just, you get too many bugs. So the orange is enough for like heaps of light at camp. You can cook under it, see under it. And if you do want it to be dimmer, they're all individually switched. So you just turn them off. You don't need to actually dim it. You just turn one off if you don't need it. The lights, they're all replaceable. So everything in this awning, if you have an Allen key and you have a Phillips head screwdriver, everything can be replaced. These are all on plugs. So say you're in any corner of Australia and the light, it breaks or something happens to it, we would simply just post you out the LED strip or the switch panel, and with a basic set of hand tools, you can replace any part inside of this awning. All the arms on the awning, they come off an individual axes. Very important. So what I mean by that is this arm, this arm, this arm, they all have their own individual axes and pivot point. If you have an awning where the arms come off the same axes, they'll sort of swing off one axis like this. You look back at your awning and it looks like this. It's got dips in it, it doesn't sit level, the water doesn't come off it nicely. You want individual arms. Now the individual arms, the most important part is gusseted and welded. I don't know about you, but I've never seen anything structural, chassis, shed beams, anything made out of cast aluminium. So the fact that people would make awnings out of cast aluminium is crazy. Do it properly, manufacture properly. We weld everything, put gussets in, bring the welds the entire way through. We'll get a close up of that. And that is how awnings should be designed. And that is how they're going to be strong. You've seen the photos of me hanging off these things. You can do it. I don't recommend it, but you can hang off it just to prove a point. If you try to do that with the cast aluminium awning, we actually did it and took a video, but I can't even post it. It was so shameful to see. It's not good. Just make sure your awning's welded. I'll leave it there. Now, what makes this awning so strong? We've got a 4mm stainless steel hinge that's cantilevered across the backing plate. Now, our old design, we'll throw a picture up of it, still very strong, but the way this one is done, it is much stronger because the force is transferred through the entire backing plate. Before, and other awnings, this hinge here might only be made out of 3mm, not 4mm, and it stops here. So this whole flex section on your pivot point is exaggerated because of the span of the awning. But if you can span this back across the backing plate, you transfer the force across the whole thing. Now this backing plate, it has, if you look at a cross-sectional view, if you take the end cap off and look through it, it's actually, the extrusion is gusseted the whole way through. So it's not a hollow backing plate. So that force is distributed the whole way up the awning. Much like a cantilevered slab on a building. When you do a building and you want to have a slab that's 1200mm unsupported, you bring the Rio bar and you put it all the way back through the slab. I have a construction background. That is how you do and pour slabs. So using the same principles in engineering, we drew it up in SolidWorks and worked out all the breaking points, and that's the best way to make our awning. So lights on this side, same thing. And then hinge system as well. The old sort of system just went to here and then wasn't as strong as that. So same thing, cantilever this back, 4mm stainless. Now, we used to have a frame that was welded on the inside, great design. It just made the awning a little bit thick. So to make this just as strong, we put all those supports through that rear extrusion, and then we cantilevered that hinge the whole way through. So we've knocked a bit of weight out of it by not having that frame, but beefed everything else up, and we come in now at 29.8, and that's genuine. You can put your awning on the scales and check it every day of the week. That's got 3 poles in it. We're not fudging figures. It is 29.8. You know, there's some out there, they say it's 30 kilos, but they're really 35. We weigh everything, check it. It is 29.8. Rain arms. So not real common in the industry, but a good idea. We put these little rain arms on top. Now, even though we have tie down points between each arm, between each panel, these go hand in hand. So if you tie that down, that's going to create a gutter, and then put the rain arm off. That'll get any excess water at the back. That way you can leave your awning up overnight unattended. It's raining, you're not going to wake up and have big pools of water in here and have to push it all off. And if you put 100 litres of water up there, that's 100 kilos, you risk damaging the awning. So having rain arms tying it off means you're not going to get pooling. So that's a great asset to the awning as well. On the back, we've got the DZIPper. So this is really good for especially this application, this tent. If you're trying to pack down in the morning, you can get out the back of the tent through the awning, and you don't have to pack the awning up to pack your tent down, because you do have to pack tents down from the back. So having that D-zipper there works well. That just rolls up and goes on a toggle. If you have a wagon, we'd probably advise not doing a D-zipper, even though this is we use the waterproof zip. We also put this cover over the zip to try and deter all water. You tie it down. Because it is a zip, you will still get drips of water through here. So I'm just trying to be transparent. There is no zip on the market that won't do that. That's why all the tents and everything, they have a cover over it. But the difference is those zips are on the side, whereas this is in direct rain. So if you have a Prado or something, or a GU 80 series, you're trying to cook out here, you're going to get a pesky drip on you. All good, just maybe opt for the one without the D-zip, and then all the tents are side entry anyway, so you can enter through the side. If that's something that doesn't bother you, all good, just get it. This application, we've got a ladder here, spare tires. We're not going to be spending much time under here, so having that D-zip is bloody awesome. You get a bit of protection from the weather as well when you get in your tent. So that is why we've opted for it on this one. So that brings us to the end of our 270 plus walkthrough video for the Outback Tour awnings. As always, thank you for watching. This is an incredible awning. We've put a lot of work into it. This, I'd say, like 4th version. It's been about 18 months in the works. This is revision 6. So it's been a lot of work, a lot of to and fro with manufacturing, a lot of trips to go and sort it out and get samples in and everything like that. So we are very happy with it, how it's turned out. It's a 2.2, so 2.2 long, not 2 meters. So you do get a whole lot of shade under it. It's a really awesome awning, very competitive in the market, we believe, super strong and dialed. So if you have any questions, reach out to the team. We'll make sure it all works for your rack. If you need to work out how to fit it, you're not sure, you watched the install video, you've got a few more questions, reach out, responsive 7 days a week, and we appreciate you watching. Thank you so much.